Hello guys, welcome to part 9 of the Workstation Build. In this video, I'll be installing the 10 gigabit NIC and my USB brackets. So for my 10 gigabits NIC, I went with a Mellanox ConnectX-2. This is an SFP Plus card. This will allow me to connect 10 gig fiber to my 10 gig LAN so I can talk to my file server and the rest of my servers with 10 gigabits of throughput. So let's go ahead and install it into a bracket. Or an expansion bus, I should say. So I'm going to place a card and identify what slot cover has to come off. Now these cards are very picky. They want to have a ×8 PCI Express interface. If they communicate at ×4, they don't perform very well, even though ×4 gives you sufficient bandwidth. They're a very picky card, so they really want to see ×8. So I'm just going to install this into the second PCI Express slot on the board. So, pressed it down, it snapped right in, everything looks lined up. Gonna make sure that the bracket on the back is lined up properly, and then we'll secure it down with a screw. So, we're screwing it down, make sure it's nice and snug. And there we go. Our 10 gigabit fiber NIC has now been installed. So now I'm going to install the USB brackets. Now let me explain why I'm putting these in my computer. So our Corsair 750D case gives us 2 USB 2.0 ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports on our front panel header. However, our motherboard gives us 4 2.0 and 4 3.0 USB ports from internal headers. So if I just stuck with the case alone, I would be throwing away 4 USB ports. Now any other technician might ignore that and don't give a shit, but that's not how I roll. I'm professional grade. If there is USB ports offered by the motherboard, I want to use all of them. I want to have them all available to me. I don't want to throw any away. That's stupid. So you can pick up these brackets, these USB brackets that connect to your internal USB headers off Amazon Newegg for about $9 to $10. So right now I'm installing the 2.0 USB bracket. This will give us our missing 2 USB 2.0 ports, and this will plug directly into the motherboard header. With these brackets, it's important that you don't screw them on too tight, because the bracket will end up getting crooked and the ports will be crooked in the back and you can't fully seat the USB cables into the ports. So I'm going to have to back out the screw, realign it, straighten it up, and just put it on there snug. Don't put it too tight. You'll end up causing the bracket to slide a little bit and, get crooked. So that's me trying to get the damn thing to stay lined up because it keeps sliding. So now I'm going to plug in the USB 2.0 connector onto the motherboard header. You want to make sure it's in the right position and polarity. You'll notice on the connector there is a pin that is filled in that's missing. So it shouldn't be too hard to identify what polarity it goes on to the header. So there we go. It's connected. I'm just verifying that it's fully seated and connected right. Just pulling out a flashlight to look. Like I said, when you work in these cases, it's very hard to see because it's so damn dark inside these cases. So now I'm going to remove the second cover to make way for our USB 3.0 USB bracket. You want to keep these covers somewhere. I usually put those slot covers in the motherboard box. So here is our USB 3.0 USB bracket. Like I said, it will plug into the USB 3.0 header on your motherboard. About $9 to $10. Line it up properly, and then we'll screw it down just snug enough. We'll make sure that it doesn't wobble around, because like I said, you're going to be plugging devices in and out of these USB ports, right? So you want it to be secure enough to where it's not going to fall out or slide around. So I'm going to have to connect the cable, but I don't think I filmed that part.